Hello everybody, welcome to Voice of Fire Tarot and a Happy New Year to you, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas. So this reading, the first reading of 2023, I've decided to look at it in a kind of a spiritual way. So what I'm going to talk about is your spiritual journey. Obviously that can be a lifelong spiritual journey through many different lifetimes, but I'm going to be focusing on your spiritual journey or your path and where it is leading you to in this year, in particular in 2023. So I'm going to ask firstly our spirit where it's leading you to, your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. Then I'm going to ask how this will materialize for you in the 3D. So basically how you will notice this happening for you. And then I'll be finally asking for any advice on how you can navigate the spiritual journey in 2023. So as usual, there will be 4 groups to choose from. So if you select the first group, you'll be selecting the fluoride crystal, or fluorite, I should say. If you select the second group, it will be this set of angel wings, or pair of angel wings. So if you select the third group, it will be this kind of purpley amethyst prism or pyramid. Okay, and if you select the fourth group, it will be the clear quartz tower or clear quartz generator. All right, so take your time, use your intuition to select which group or groups, there may be more than one, which resonates with you. Pause the video if necessary if you need more time. And also remember, there are general readings, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so lovely. So thank you very much, and I will see you at your reading. Goodbye. Hello Group 1, wishing you a Happy New Year 2023 and welcome to your reading. So for this reading you chose this lovely piece of fluorite crystal, and the reading will be about your spiritual journey and where it is taking you in the year of 2023. All right, so I'll begin by asking Spirit about this journey in general, where it's taking you. Then I will ask how you will notice this in the 3D or physically, basically, how the spiritual journey is evolving. And then I'll be asking lastly for Spirit for any advice on what you can do to navigate this journey in the best way possible. Okay, so let us begin. So I'm going to start. So Spirit, please can you give me information for Group 1 about where their spiritual journey is heading or taking them in 2023, please. Okay. Right. So we have the Page of Wands, followed by the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the King of Swords. Wow, this is a lovely start, Group 1, very positive. We had the 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so I'm feeling there's some big shift or some big change. I feel like you've probably been in some darkness, so there could have been some disappointment, there could have even been a bereavement or even some sort of ill health, but something has been causing you some grief. It might be that some of you might have been in some kind of dark night of the soul, but I just feel like you're starting to get some clarity and some kind of forward momentum in terms of energy, which is what I see with this Page of Wands. It's like you have some energy and you have some direction, and you also have some clarity about things. You've got some newfound clarity about where you're going this year in terms of your spiritual journey. Also, looking at this Queen of Pentacles, she's holding something quite precious, or actually probably very precious, this pentacle, and it's something tangible and it's something visible, something you can actually, hold on the earthly plane. So something tangible. So it could be some sort of creative thing that you're developing. You might have some kind of spiritual business that you're embarking on, and you might be starting to see some light in terms of where you're going with it. So for example, it might be some kind of, it could be a book you're writing, it could be any sort of music, or it could even be some sort of, any sort of general spiritual business. It could be Reiki, it could be anything like that. But yeah, we've got the energy card here as well. I see this Page of Wands as, it's to do with energy, but I think there's something to do with your energy and your thoughts. I feel that they're starting to get aligned, and they're starting to get kind of a new lease of life. That's what I'm seeing here. And this is leading to a very high degree of financial prosperity. But I'm also feeling that you will gain a degree or high degree of self-worth this year. But definitely more clarity about your spiritual journey. You might find that some of you might have an increase in your claircognizant abilities as well. You might be getting certain thoughts that you think are just thoughts, but they're actually kind of psychic downloads that you're getting about things, and things are starting to slot into place. Things are starting to make sense, and this is giving you, as I said, some forward momentum, and you're able to actually, it's like you're laying down some roots for your spiritual journey this year. But yeah, I feel that this Queen of Pentacles is kind of the culmination this year of these two very, very positive energies. The energies of clarity with the King of Swords, and the energy of, well, basically energy, that youthful kind of, I would say a spark of life, something new, something fresh, enthusiasm, I would say as well. So yeah, it's really, really positive actually. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit more information about this journey. So I'm going to use some tarot again. So spit a bit more information, please, about the spiritual journey of people in group 1 and where it is heading or leading them in 2023, please. Okay. Yeah, and definitely I feel that we do have an end of a cycle here. As you saw with the Five of Cups, a period of darkness and sorrow possibly, or disappointment, is starting to end for you, and you are starting to get some energy, clarity and light this year. So wow, we have the Knight of Cups, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Ten of Swords. So what I see instantly here, looking at this King of Swords, I feel like you've been carrying a lot of burdens, especially probably in 2022. You're not sure which way to go. Things are feeling quite tiresome. And I feel like you're probably putting your energies in loads of different endeavors, and you're a bit unclear about where you're going. It's like you're getting, as I said, you're getting some sort of claircognizant possibly downloads. Whether claircognizance is your thing, it could be any of the other clairs. It could be clairvoyance, it could be clairaudient, clairsentience, any sort of psychic ability. I believe you're receiving clear, it's kind of like clear instructions or just clear guidance to what you're doing. Things will start to feel right, and you won't feel that you're carrying so many burdens. It will be much more smooth for you. And this theme of smoothness, like a smooth journey, I'm also seeing with this Knight of Cups. It's like you now have that spark of energy after that period of darkness in 2022 and before that probably. This is kind of, I feel that this is your spirit guide, or your spirit guides or spirit. They are bringing this energy to you, and they're bringing it to you as a gift. Okay, so I'm seeing some sort of gifts after a period of hardship. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which to me is like the green light to go ahead of something. So I really do think that you are doing or going to embark on some sort of spiritual endeavor or spiritual business, or if it's not directly spiritual, it's probably indirectly. It's fulfilling some sort of spiritual goal that you probably have, or that your soul has as well, to complete in this lifetime. And it's a lovely, lovely, smooth journey. And it is, you know, you're going to feel very, very focused, which is what I see here. Very focused and very determined. And you have the energy with this Page of Wands to actually put in the hard work. And the hard work, I see, the culmination is that it will pay off, as we see with this Queen of Pentacles card. So that's nice. That's really nice, that is. So I'm going to use some oracles now just to get a bit more sort of clarity on this spiritual journey. So I am going to go to the Hidden Worlds deck here. There's a lovely Hidden Worlds deck. I think the author is Lucy Cavendish. It's a very nice. I will list all the authors in the decks in the, I always do anyway, in the comments. So if you need to search for decks or you like these particular decks, all the details will be there. Okay. I don't know why this can't spread today. Okay, spiritual journey of people in group 1, please, for 2023. So we have Homeward Traveller, Completion, Reunion, Return. Okay, so yeah, we have here completion. As we saw with the tarot, the second tarot deck, we had the Ten of Swords, which is saying there's a completion of a cycle. And you will feel like you're returning home. And in a sense, what I think it's saying is that this home, it's like you're doing finally what you feel at home doing. Maybe things have felt quite unnatural to you so far. It could be, for example, the job that you're doing has not making you, it's kind of not making you feel fulfilled. So this year you're going to start, it's like your soul, or you are starting to align with the purpose of what feels right for your soul's development. And this is what I see is happening here. So this is a general path. And it's a very magical path as well. We see all these that look like orbs or stars or anything. There could be sprites, fairies. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a very, very magical, calm, magical scene. And I think that will probably be the theme of your year in terms of your spiritual journey. It's nice and calm. It's magical. It's like you're being guided, I feel. Yes, it is hard work, but it won't feel like it has been. It won't feel like this 10 of Wands up to now. Things will start to just flow much more smoothly. And that's because I believe that you are getting help. As I see with this Knight of Cups, they're bringing in this gift for you. It's kind of like a reward for all the hard work and everything that you've been putting into this up until now. Okay, that's lovely. I'm going to use this other deck, the Mediumship Training deck, just for a bit more information about your spiritual journey, please. The spiritual journey for people in group 1 in 2023. Where is it heading, please, Spirit? Okay. Wow. Remember I talked about your soul, I talked about things that are aligned with your soul, and here we have the card of soul guidance. Yeah, you can see this figure on this card is obviously very relaxed. She's just kind of feeling very serene because she knows that what she's doing is totally aligned with her soul's path. And we have these kind of butterflies, these transformational butterflies around her. So it's like she's being guided all the way and she's feeling serene because it just feels right. And this is what I feel is going to happen for you. On this card, it says here, making time for activities that contribute to your spiritual growth and psychic development is not a sign of selfishness. It's more of a necessity. By doing so, it will make you a better medium and have a major impact on your overall well-being and spiritual vitality. So spending time to focus on your soul's needs enables you to nurture yourself and expand your spiritual boundaries. Therefore, for 1 week, allow this card to encourage you to do things that are uncharacteristic for you. In other words, do things that you never normally do. So during this time, surrender and trust in your intuitive psychic abilities completely. So yeah, I'm looking on that, picking up on the line surrender and trust is really, really important for you. And this will help you to cast off that kind of Five of Cups, that Ten of Swords energy from 2022 and the previous years. It's time to trust in yourself, have that confidence, and this will enable you to drop all these wands. It's fine to carry these, but when you keep carrying them and carrying them and you can't see a way forward, then it starts to deplete your energy. So now is the time for you to actually trust where your soul is guiding you to, because Spirit is there along you, and they're going to give you that energy, and they're going to give you that clarity. So that's a really, really lovely message. So what I want to know now, the next question I'm going to ask is, Spirit, can you tell me, please, this spiritual journey of people in group 1 for 2023, how will they know? What sort of things will they see kind of unfolding in their physical reality, in the 3D? What will they notice about this spiritual journey, please? I'm going to put that up there just to be out of the way. Okay. I feel there's some sort of element of karma here with this karma card, the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. So I feel it's kind of like it's saying this year now is your time. Things are meant to go your way because you put in the work. You've been through the kind of adversity that you've been through up until now, and it's time now to start. This is like, you know, kind of cosmic, your soul, everything, the balance is coming into being. Everything is starting to be balanced in the right way. So we have, wow, Six of Wands, followed by the High Priestess card, followed by the Two of Pentacles. So what they haven't done, they haven't given me anything kind of physical. What I feel is, what you'll notice is I feel that it's more to do with your understanding and more to do with, when I'm talking about understanding, I'm talking about deep understanding of yourself and of your soul. This is a very psychic card, the High Priestess. This is about your intuition. I really feel like your intuition is really, really starting to come into force, and you will notice it on a physical level. I just feel that this sort of kind of messages that you get will start to accelerate during this year. And we have the Six of Wands, which is, again, we started off with the Page of Wands, and this is going to feel like a lovely energy boost. You're going to feel very elated. Your self-worth is going to be increasing, so you are going to feel much more confidence in yourself, in your spiritual abilities as well. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So what I'm feeling when I first saw this card is kind of you're pulling things together. We have the Justice card, which is a kind of major arcana card to do with balance. But I feel what you're starting to find, that on the earth plane, in a physical sense, you'll see that things are starting to balance out. It's like you'll start to be able to manage your time more easily between your possibly a demanding job that you might have. Things might start falling into place, and it could be some sort of spiritual business or hobby or whatever it is. You're able to balance things out more. It's just because you're guided very, very, it's like your psychic intuition is actually increasing, and it's helping you to balance things more. This is what I'm seeing here with this Two of Pentacles. So you're able to juggle more, but in a much more smoother way. You can juggle multiple things. All right, so let's have a little look. So I spilled some incense on my cards there. So, Spirit, anything else, please, you want to say about what people will see in group 1? How will they notice where their spiritual journey is leading in 2023? What physical things will they notice in the 3D? So I'm having to pat the cards because this table, for some reason, it's very hard to actually spread the cards out. As a bit of resistance. Okay. I like this. On the bottom of the deck, we've got, this is like to me, it's like connection to source. We've got the Fool card. This is like brand new start, brand new energy that I'm seeing here. So we have the Four of Cups, followed by the Three of Cups, followed by, ooh, the Nine of Cups upside down. That's unusual. So Nine of Cups is usually the wish fulfillment card. So the fact that it's upside down, I'm feeling what's happening is that this year you're still trying to balance how to get these wishes fulfilled. So I think up until now, this has probably been the theme in terms of your spiritual journey. You probably felt quite blocked, unable to kind of see things, unable to, quite frustrated, I'm getting from this card as well. But what they're saying to me is that you will start to find a balance of how to balance things on the physical plane. Make things really, really tangible and prosperous. Remember, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. And what will happen is, what they're emphasizing is that this will start to show up in the right direction, but not yet. This is what it's saying. So this year, things are starting to happen. Energies are shifting. Energies are changing. So this is a really, really important year. It's kind of saying that you're on the right road and you will really, really start to feel this victory. But I think what they're saying, this kind of wish fulfillment here is like, it's kind of a massive like pinnacle. So you might get it at the end of the year or maybe the next year. But what it's telling me is you are going on the right road. You're on the right path in terms of your spiritual journey because you are being led by your intuition and by your soul. And we have this Three of Cups. So this to me is like all parts of it's like body, mind, soul, possibly spirit guides as well. Everything is aligned. Everything, it's like a celebratory energy, I'm guessing as well. Okay, and also it's interesting, this is coming underneath the High Priestess. So yes, it could be because your intuition is stronger this year. You will start to be much more in tune with your soul, but also your guides as well. They're able to communicate with you much more clearly, which is why you're finally able to, to look up and see what is coming through the non-physical. Things that we don't normally see. You're able to start to notice things more because your psychic abilities are increasing. And yeah, this is just kind of emphasizing you're still at this stage at the moment, but it will start to slowly turn and things are going in the right direction because you are able to do it's to me as well, is also you're able to mix. It's like somebody who's grounded, but they're also able to access the higher dimensions. Sometimes the problem when somebody's very psychic, they're very open, they might have some kind of problem with grounding things. And if we're unable to ground things, then we can't make our wishes, things that are in the spiritual plane, it's very hard to make them a reality because we're not grounded. So I think you're possibly learning that this year as well, possibly grounding it, balancing the earth with the non-physical. Okay, and they're telling me this is a process that you need to kind of work through this year, but you are actually doing it. You actually notice that things are starting to become more balanced and more aligned. Lovely. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to go back to the same decks, I think. So back to the Hidden Worlds deck. So how will people in Group 1 notice? What will they notice in the 3D about their spiritual journey this year, please? So we have, wow, we've got another, that's really strange. So we had the Homeward Traveller for the first question about your spiritual journey, okay? And for what you're noticing, we had the Returning Home card. So we have here, Transition, Life Between Lifetimes, Loving Welcome. Yeah, so we've got this theme of home. So it's like you're returning home to who you really are, to who your soul really is. And what they're saying, this is not just on a subconscious level. It's almost like, because we have this High Priestess, it's almost like what's been in your subconscious is starting to come to your conscious mind during this year. Things will start to be revealed to you because you've got a much closer connection with your subconscious, as we see with this High Priestess. And also, as I said before, there's balancing between the physical and the non-physical plane. So yeah, maybe some of you as well might start to get some knowledge about previous lives as well. Things might start to come through psychically. You might start remembering dreams that probably felt that they weren't dreams, they were like memories, but you weren't really sure. That's the kind of thing that happened for me a while ago in terms of past lives. So you might be getting some sort of similar thing as well, for some of you, I would say. And this card for me as well, sometimes that does represent kind of going back and forth between different lifetimes. We have this kind of loop of infinity here around these two pentacles. So yeah, for some of you, it might be that one pentacle represents this life, the other a life before this, a previous life as well. So yeah, things are starting to make sense to you, I believe. Okay, and back to the other deck, the Mediumship Training deck. Okay, what will they notice in group 1? Wow. Evidence of spirit. Wonderful. Yeah, because your psychic abilities are increasing, your intuition's increasing, you're able to balance, you're able to ground, but also you're being grounded as well as being connected to the higher realms. We're talking like your third eye chakra will be open, your crown chakra, but also because you're grounded, you will see this evidence on the physical plane. You'll see physical evidence. So it could be certain strange things. It could be anything really, white feathers, particular sequences of numbers. It doesn't have to be that. It can be anything that seems out of the ordinary to you. And what that is saying to you is that this is a spirit, or your spirit guides are directly communicating to you. So, it might be probably a good idea to probably keep a note of when you get these synchronicities and when they happen. It might be synchronicities, it might be anything that seems unusual to you, and you will feel that it is unusual, and you will, because your psychic abilities are increasing, your intuition is increasing, you'll know that it's something that is being communicated to you, and this is about your spiritual journey this year. And then we have the reading on the back of this card is, for evidence of spirit, the process of validation is an essential part of authenticating the identity of a spirit when creating the link, helping to confirm the continuity of life. Unless a medium can validate the connection with evidence, it's unlikely to be considered authentic mediumship. Yeah, so maybe you probably had these in the past, or had these feelings, but it's like you have another confidence because you haven't seen the physical evidence of it, but they're going to make it much more obvious to you this year. I feel you will feel much more closely connected with spirit. Wow. Okay, so I would lastly like to ask you, please, Spirit, what can people in Group 1 do to navigate their spiritual journey this year in 2023? Any tips and advice for them, please, in Group 1? Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands, followed by the Justice card, followed by the World card. Wow, okay. So I'm feeling that you kind of don't have to do a great deal of a massive amount of physical work. I think you've been doing a lot of physical, probably a lot of mental work up to now. We have the Ten of Wands repeated, and that's what's making you feel quite tired. So what they're trying to say is to kind of trust your intuition, because it's like you are at it's like a turnstile, I feel. You're kind of at a karmic point in your life now where things will happen and you have to just kind of go with the flow with the flow of it. There's kind of a destiny fate kind of feel to this. It's kind of when they say let nature take its course, things are happening for you now in the way that they're meant to happen. What they're saying is just go with the signs that you receive, and don't resist it. This is what they're saying, is don't resist it. Don't try and work too hard. Try and make something happen. It's kind of unnaturally. So things will happen in the right way for you because you are starting to balance, you're starting to ground as you're connected to the spiritual plane. And yeah, this will start to happen naturally. It's a process that is naturally happening. It's part of your soul's development, and not to resist it. And yeah, we have a wonderful card. We have the world card to end the reading. And yeah, this is associated with the astrological sign of Capricorn, which is about determination, and it is about making your dreams and wishes actually a tangible reality on earth. So yeah, really, really important. So yeah, it's hard work, but not in the way that you've probably done it up to now, when it's feeling like a struggle. It's kind of a different way. It's like your hard work is paying off if you let the process happen naturally. Okay, so last bits, some words from the tarot, please, about this for group 1, please. What can they do? Any tips or advice for them, please? Okay, so we have the King of Cups. So yeah, this is, to me, this is all struggle, depleting your energy, but they're saying it's time to just, go with the flow. It's really important that you are balanced emotionally. Really, really important that you're balanced emotionally. It's kind of like self-mastery. This is what I'm feeling here. And then with the Justice card, she's sitting there. Some people say that she's not actually making a decision. She's just sitting there. She's procrastinating. But I feel that, especially in this instance with you, it's underneath the Justice card. And again, it's about balance. I see you in this card as waiting for the next piece of advice or intuition. You're acting not just for the sake of it. You're not doing actions for the sake of it. You're acting according to your deepest intuition. Remember, we're the High Priestess here. Your psychic ability is key here. So you're waiting. She's waiting to take action. Because when you wait for the right guidance to come along, then the action is much more productive as well. Okay. And then we have the 3 of Cups again. So this, yeah, to me, it's just like complete fulfillment, and it's celebration. And they want you to be in that kind of energy. And also, this energy is to do with your spirit guides as well. It's to kind of trust them that they're leading you in, or they're helping you or assisting you to go in the right direction. So yeah, there is an element of trust, and it's waiting for guidance to come through, and guidance that feels right, and to trust yourself, trust your guides, and trust your intuition. Lovely. That's great. So I'm going to use the same deck as well, just to get some last words of advice on what people in group 1 can do, please, to navigate their spiritual journey in 2023. We have the Hidden Worlds. This is a nice card. Changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. Yeah, your extrasensory perception is increasing. It's kind of saying relax, go with the flow. You have actually got access. If you don't resist, you will have access to the other dimensions, to the other realms. So you don't really need to worry. You have access to this, and this is where you're getting your guidance from. And also, we have this King of Swords, so it's not just kind of in the air, wishy-washy. You're able to ground it, you're able to make sense of it, make it logical as well. You're able to blend the two, you're able to balance this as well. So very, very magical. It's like kind of saying, sort of stay with the magic. Don't be too much one way. Just, it's like kind of saying, like, believe in the magic, believe in your own magic as well, your own ability. But I do feel there's something really, really creative and something imaginative as well. So what they're saying is, as well, just be open. Be open to your senses. Be open to your psychic ability. And just one last word of advice, please. Wow, look at this. Let's get grounded. Yeah. As again, what I said was to mix being grounded with being in the other worlds, being in the other realms. You're able to do both. You can mix the two as long as you're grounded. So that's really important to maintain that balance, to maintain that kind of equilibrium as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely positive reading, group 1 to start. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope that resonated with you. If you did or you liked it, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and leave any comments as well. All right. Thank you very much and goodbye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading and a happy new year to you. Okay, so you chose this lovely set or pair of angel wings, and this reading will be about your spiritual journey in 2023, where it is heading or where it is leading you to. And I'll be also asking how you will notice this spiritual journey evolving. So how will you notice on the physical 3D plane things happening for you? And then I'll finish off by asking Spirit for any tips or advice on what you can do to navigate this spiritual journey in 2023. Okay, so let's begin. So Spirit, please can you give me information for people in group 2 on their spiritual journey for 2023 and where is it heading? Where is it taking them, please, this year? Okay, so we have the Justice card, followed by the Fool, followed by the Queen of Cups. Wow. An important year for you, group 2. So, similar to the last group, I see here that this is kind of the universal law of balance and karma is coming through for you, as you see here. This year, you're going to be very, very connected to Source, or Spirit, or the All, or God, whoever you want to call them. And this is represented by the Fool card. Also, I feel that you will be, it's like you'll be taken back to your original, it's kind of the original blueprint or the design for your soul before it started to be incarnated in its first incarnation, as you see with this Fool card. It's like taken back to the very beginning. And you will be much more in tune and much more connected with your feelings. And I feel that it's a year for you of a lot of deep self-reflection and self-knowledge. And a lot of things will start to come to light to you. For a lot of you, I think your clairsentient abilities will also increase. So that psychic part of you that's clairsentient, which may not be the case for all of you, but I do feel there's an increase in your intuition and even your psychic abilities. So this is really, really important, powerful year for you, group 2. So that's really interesting. So I'm going to get a bit more information about this for people in group 2 for this year. Spiritual journey, where is it taking them, please, in 2023? So we have the Moon card, so another major arcana, followed by the Hierophant. Wow. Followed by the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is very, very powerful, group 2. Massive year for you. So we have the Moon card, which is to do with your soul and to do with this kind of the deeper layers, the things that have been unseen up to now, but they will really, really start to be unraveled for you. You'll start to understand kind of why certain things have happened for you, maybe certain major things will start to make sense. It's like you're starting to it's almost like you're being pulled into the kind of the darker depths just to have a look at what's been happening up to now. Very, very mystical year for you, I feel, Group 2. Some important messages coming through for you. Definitely an increase in your intuitive and your psychic abilities. And those of you who already have really, really strong abilities in that respect, they were really, it's kind of the messages that will come through are really, really pertinent to you and your own development of your own soul. This is what I really, really think. And the Hierophant as well. I'm just getting the words being set free from previous. So I think this card here as kind of it kind of has two meanings for you. On the one hand, it's about you kind of coming into your power and bringing down channeling messages to Earth in a really kind of common sense, literal way. But also, it's kind of like you're being set free from things that you've been made, that have probably made you feel quite oppressed up until now. So certain structures, certain ways of doing things, certain beliefs will start to be shed away. As we have this Fool card above the Hierophant card, which is to do basically with kind of freedom and joy and just being open to new things. So it's like your sight and everything, your whole awareness is being totally expanded this year. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, a lot of thoughts are coming to you really, really quickly. But you have the ability now, because you're slowing down in terms of it's like you're analysing. You're not just on a mental, you're not thinking of things, you're not considering things in a mental way, just mentally. Your feelings, your intuition are coming into play as well. So you have a lovely balance between your intuition and your thoughts, and you're able to come to things really, really quickly. You're coming to the right conclusions really, really quickly because your intuition is really, really strong this year. Wow. So yeah, I do feel it's a really personal journey for you, Group 2. And it's a journey where, as I said, things will start to become clear. And you will get a lot of insights into your soul, where it has been and where it is going. So maybe some knowledge of past lives might come to you, for example. But also, I just feel that you get more awareness and of your psychic abilities, of your intuition. Wow. Right, I'm going to choose a couple of cards I think I'm going to use this deck, Cosmic Reading cards. I love the imagery in this deck. So I'd like to ask now, please, Spirit, can you tell me, with these Oracle cards, what is going to happen, please, for people in Group 2 in terms of their spiritual journey in 2023, please? Where is it heading to? Where is it taking them? We have choices. Wow. Okay. Remember what I said about restrictions being lifted? Kind of probably things that you've been taught. It could be to do with possibly structured religion, or certain things are starting to be opened up, starting to be expanded. It's like you're seeing beyond, and then you're seeing a lot of choices, a lot of possibilities are opening up to you. And this is because of your spiritual journey. So it might not be directly spiritual, because your perception is being opened up. I feel that your perception has been really, really opened up. More choices are going to be revealed to you. You might suddenly feel that you've been in a job that hasn't been kind of serving you, and you haven't really known why. You haven't really been able to put your finger on it. But now what's happening is that because your horizons are being expanded, your mind, your aware, everything has been expanded, then you're more aware of the choices that are available to you in how you think and how you live, basically. So this is really, really, really lovely, actually. Okay, what else? I'm gonna go to this deck, I think, by Kyle Gray, the Gateway Activation of Light Oracle for 2023, please. For people in 2023, people in group 2, their spiritual journey for this year. We have here, wow, Seraphim's Gateway. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Yeah, you are really, really connected to the divine. You are really connected to spirit, really, really closely connected. And as I said, your psychic abilities are being more attuned. They're being increased. You will start to get kind of downloads, probably strange synchronicities. You could get messages in your dreams or in your meditation. You might get some clairaudient as well as clairsentient messages as well. Any of the clairs, doesn't really matter. The point is that things are increasing for you. It's like you're getting an insight into other dimensions, more so than you have up to now, up to this, basically up to this point. Seraphims, obviously very, very high ranking angels, very, very close to God, really, really bright, dazzling light. That's a very simple explanation of them, obviously. If you want to know more about the Seraphims, there's loads of different resources you can look at, you can read about as well, YouTube and other sources. But yeah, really powerful. It's kind of like your crown chakra is being opened up or upgraded, if you know what I mean. It's being opened up really, 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 really strongly. Your crown chakra, your third eye chakra. This is important. It's like it has to happen because we have the Justice card here. This is what your soul is meant to do at this particular point in your life. Interesting. Yeah, you're seeing things in a different way and you have much more choices and everything is expanding for you this year. So what I want to know next, please, Spirit, is how will people in group 2 notice this happening with their spiritual journey? What sort of things will they notice in the 3D? We have the Tower, followed by the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Seven of Swords. Wow, this is powerful. It looks scary, but it's powerful in the right way. What I think is happening here, group 2, is that you're possibly, at the moment, you might be in this kind of energy. It's like you're in survival mode. You're just going day by day, making a living. You're not at the moment. You might not have the time to be open to this kind of spiritual things, these spiritual messages that are coming through for you. But what will happen is, I feel that you're going to get some really, really powerful download, or something will happen that will just kind of jolt you and make you aware of your destiny or your fate, as we see with this Wheel of Fortune. It's like you're being made aware of something on a deeper level. It's kind of like waking you up from the rat race, if you know what I mean. And you're made aware of where you sort of fit in, your soul. As we have this Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune. So you're really being made aware of your spiritual purpose. It's like you have some sort of spiritual mission that Spirit feels that you haven't been fulfilling completely up to now because you've been in this kind of mode, which is fine, which is perfectly understandable. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to align you more with your fate, with your destiny. I will get a bit more information about this download as well, this Tower card. But I feel that it probably will feel a bit uncomfortable. It's kind of like you're knocked out of your comfort zone for a bit. So something might come to an end quite abruptly. And it's kind of making you see beyond, expand your horizons. This is what I'm seeing. Because this is what they have to do to know. It's kind of like on the wheel on the wheel all the time and they want to get your attention. I really feel that they're going to get your attention this year in some sort of way. When I say they, I'm talking about spirits, possibly your guides as well. So let's get a bit more information about this. How are people in group to notice this, please? Wow, we have here, so originally on the original deck we have the Emperor card, and on this deck now we have the Emperor card. So it looks to me that some sort of, maybe a figure of authority might be involved in something in your life, or somebody that appears as some kind of leader. So this could be someone on the physical plane, but I feel for a lot of you that it's some kind of spirit guide that is wanting to come through, someone who is very strong, very authoritative, and they're trying to give you a message to kind of stop you in your tracks. So underneath we have the Fool. So yeah, this is coming directly from source. This is a massive download coming from source. So when I say download, it's like a message. It's like you'll feel like it is a bolt out of the blue, and it will feel slightly uncomfortable. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to open you up to this. They're trying to start. It's like to make you start again, not completely, but in terms of your spiritual development. And then we have, wow, the Empress. So this is the way, yeah, it's for your own good. This is for your own good. This is what they're saying. Your destiny is to be successful, is to be creative, giving birth to new ideas, to be happy, all them sorts of things on the earth plane. And it is directly related to your spiritual journey. This is what you're meant to do spiritually. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So what's happening here is that you're probably in too much in this energy. They want you to balance things out more. They want you to balance being on the earth, doing things day to day. These things still need to be done, but you also need to bring in the spiritual side of things, your deeper soul mission. They want you to start looking at things. They want you to connect. They want you to connect more strongly, and this will guide you more towards this lovely Empress energy. Okay. Right, I'm going to use this deck, I think. So my mediumship training deck. So how are people in group to notice what is happening with their spiritual journey in 2023, please, Spirit? Wow. We have the Masters of Mediumship deck. So new doors will start to be opened. Remember I said things are starting to expand? This door's probably been quite closed to you at the moment. I think this, yeah, I did talk about your crown chakra earlier. I think this Tower card is to do with opening up that crown chakra. It's been blasted open. It might come to you in a meditation. If you don't meditate, it could come through to you in a dream, possibly. But it's worth taking note of this, because what's happening is this door has been opened for you. You have this lovely white angelic light coming through as well. Remember, we have the angel wings. So yeah, this to me is that you feel that you are starting to kind of, your energy is starting to vibrate. It's starting to vibrate at a much higher frequency as well, and it will feel very, very powerful. Maybe jarring at first, but really, really powerful, but really, really necessary as well. So this card, Masters of Mediumship, it says here, many pioneers, scholars and tutors in the field of mediumship and psychic sciences have paved the way for aspiring mediums. Much can be learned from mediums from bygone years to assist you with the unfoldment of your spiritual abilities and develop them safely and wisely. You can gain many insights from the invaluable wisdom and knowledge of those mediums that have dedicated their lives to serving spirit. You can learn different styles and facets of mediumship, but more importantly, you can understand how they lived and handled their everyday physical lives. Remember, we talked about balance here with the Two of Pentacles, balancing the everyday physical life with that kind of spiritual mediumship, psychic energy. how they balance their, understand how they lived and handled their everyday physical lives while using their gifts, talents, and abilities to help others. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's quite reflective of what I said before about you have these two emperor. Actually, I believe they're very, very strong spirit guides that are coming in. They're blasting that, that tower, that crown. They're blasting your crown chakra, basically. They're trying to give you this information. And remember as well, the emperor is also to do with structure and order. It's the number 4, and he's also, it's a very, very strong Aries energy as well. So it's about that new vibrant energy, but also the structure and his order as well. So that, this spirit guide is coming in and trying to teach you how to balance that. Wow, that's powerful. I'm going to use this deck, I think, the Hidden Worlds deck. Okay, how will people in group 2 notice what is happening on the 3D with their spiritual journey in 2023? So we have mountain lights, light beings, portals, subtle energies. Remember? We have portals here. Okay, with this door. And also the crown has been blasted off the tower. It's making way for the portal. So yes, it is very powerful. There's subtle energies, but it's really, really powerful. It's like you're being elevated at a much higher vibration. All right. So really, really interesting. Really, really interesting year for you, group 2. So I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, what can people in group 2 do to navigate? What advice do you have for them to navigate their spiritual journey in 2023, please? It's like you've been doing something in a certain way, in a kind of a cyclical, repetitive way for too long. And what this has done is blocked you from your spiritual path, and they need to come in with quite some force just to make you aware, just to elevate your vibration. Sorry, I'm taking ages doing this. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the 7 of Pentacles, followed by the 4 of Swords. Okay, so there's a theme here. This theme is about patience, and it's as similar to group 1 actually, in terms of letting nature take its course, letting things cultivate in a natural way. You might feel with this tower, it might make you feel quite uncomfortable, and it might also make you feel that things have you stopped in your tracks because you've been jolted out of the ordinary. So you're stopped in your tracks, you're thinking, where do I go, basically? And this is kind of you looking, where do I go next? This is what I'm seeing here. But what they're saying is basically to stand strong, see the bigger picture. This Knight of Pentacles is about really building strong foundations and just looking, surveying what's happening and just planning. I want you to plan and just to be focused and to be calm. With this 4 of Swords, which I think as well is possibly to do with probably meditating. Meditation is probably really important for you. And also when you're sleeping, when you're in this kind of position when you're sleeping, to take note of these messages that are coming through. I feel that you'll get these messages when you're sleeping or when you're meditating. Okay, but also there's this theme of rest. This will feel quite energetically tiring because they're having to increase your vibration. So they want you to look after yourself. They want you to rest and recuperate as well. That's really, really important to get you through this, because the rewards, by doing this, the rewards will be wonderful. As you can see, we have this lovely Empress card here, and you get so much insight as well, so much valuable insight, and an increase in your spiritual and psychic abilities. So I'm going to get some last cards from the tarot about Any advice for people in group 2, what they can do, please, with their spiritual journey in 2023? Right, so we have the Page of Cups, followed by the 10 of Cups, lovely, followed by the 3 of Swords. Okay, so this 3 of Swords, yeah, I think you've had some sort of, it will feel difficult for a time, but what they're saying is, if you just kind of, it's like going with the flow and also try and enjoy yourself, do things that are imaginative, kind of connect with your inner child as well, where there's Page of Cups, which is very much about the inner child, connecting with the inner child, believing in the impossible, things that we start to believe are not possible when we become adults. Also remember, we have these 2 Fool cards as well, which again are very much to do with that inner child energy as well. So really take this time to connect with that as well, really important. And then, yeah, we have this lovely 10 of Cups card. So what this, it's like kind of saying, when you're feeling disappointed, it's saying sort of keep the faith. That's what they're saying. And kind of go with the flow. This is the advice I have for you. It might feel difficult, but go with that flow. Just work with it, but really try and open up to your inner child, your creativity, your imagination. That's really important for you. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with some oracle cards. Right, I'll use this one, I think. Going back to the mediumship training deck for group 2, please. Any last words of advice? Wow, we have clairvoyance. Okay, so really work on your clairvoyance skills, opening up that third eye, as well as your crown. And I think it's naturally happening. And what they're saying is, allow that process to happen. Don't resist it. Don't be disappointed. If things are taking longer than you thought, really powerful things are happening behind the scene. So here we go. Clairvoyance is the inner sense of seeing. It's when you receive images, pictures, symbols, words, and colors. It's not about seeing in the physical sense with your eyes. It's about using your inner eye, better known as the third eye. When a medium is using their ability of clairvoyance to work with a spirit, the person who has passed will often send visual images to the medium's mind. An experienced medium receiving similar images will be able to interpret them from their own psychic database and often know immediately what they mean. A great way to train and sharpen your clairvoyant ability is to listen to guided meditations using visualization techniques that take you on beautiful journeys in your mind's eye. Spend time outside and notice everything around you. Yeah, it's actually looking around, noticing the wonderful things around you. Remember, it said about meditation as well, visualization. Okay. And also with this visualization becomes your creativity that will start to develop, your imagination as well. That really will start to help with your clairvoyant abilities. Wow. Okay, one last card, I think. Advice for people in group 2, please. I'm going to use the Carl Gray deck again, I think. The Central Sun, abundance downloads, regeneration, success. Wonderful way to finish. So yeah, even though this kind of tower energy and this 3 of Swords energy, it will feel difficult, but it is necessary for this regeneration to happen. You need to go with the flow, and you will get that abundance as well. This will start coming through to you. Abundance, not just financially, but also spiritually as well. Lovely. All right, thank you group 2 for tuning in. If you like the reading, please like, share, subscribe, and also please leave any comments below if you wish. All right, so thank you very much and goodbye. Hello Group 3, welcome to your reading and a Happy New Year to you. So this reading will be about your spiritual journey and where it has taken you in 2023. You chose this lovely amethyst purpley prism or pyramid, as though this light kind of does it justice at the moment. Okay, so you chose this piece, and yeah, it's about your spiritual journey. I'll also be asking Spirit how you will notice it evolving on the physical plane or in the 3D. And then I would finish off the reading by asking Spirit for any tips or advice on what you can do to navigate your spiritual journey this year. Okay, so let's begin. So Spirit, for Group 3, please can you give me some information about their spiritual journey in 2023 and where is it leading them, or where is it taking them, please, this year for Group 3? Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Cups, followed by the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. So I feel that up until now, you've been quite blocked. And what's happening is that you were possibly meeting other people. I see with the Three of Cups is other people, you might be working with them as well, or meeting them, people who are kind of on a similar wavelength to you, in terms of creativity and in terms of kind of spirituality and a certain way of viewing things. This is making you feel quite at home and more at peace on the earth plane, I would say. It's like you're aligning your spirituality with the earth plane in a much better way, and you're not feeling so blocked on earth. I think things are starting to get better for you in that way. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Again, this is the number 3, so very, very much to do with creativity. I feel also it might be other people, it also might be your spirit guides, but also I think it's to do with whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. I feel that it's to do with your feminine, receptive, imaginative, creative energy. I believe that is starting to come to the fore, and you're possibly starting to engage in or make better or make quite fruitful something quite artistic. Something quite artistic. You're actually starting to make a bit of money out of it. You're starting to make a bit of money out of. This artistic pursuit could have been something that you felt quite blocked before. You weren't making much money from it. You're probably thinking it's not realistic, having to stick with my everyday job, and you're feeling quite blocked because of that. But I feel now the tides are starting to turn. You're more aligned with this Empress energy, and this is directly or indirectly, whichever way you want to see it, is directly related to your spiritual mission on this planet. Is that you are meant to be a creative, whether it be artistic or in any other way, you are meant to create something wonderful, and you are meant to make a certain degree of money from it or be abundant with it as well. But the main thing is that you were doing something you enjoy. You were doing work that you enjoy as well. You're able to make a living out of something you enjoy, and that's what I feel is going to happen for you this year, Group 3. Right, so I'm going to get a bit more information about this now. So people in Group 3, information about their spiritual journey this year and where it is taking them, please. Right, so we have the Ten of Wands. Remember what I said about your current job, or how you've been balancing things? It's been quite hard. You've been carrying a lot of wands. You're feeling quite blocked, and you're feeling that things are an uphill struggle, probably making ends meet or making enough money to include your artistic or your creative pursuit in what you want to do. And then we have the King of Cups. So yes, this is about emotional balance. So I feel that you'll be achieving much more emotional balance. So I really feel that your feminine energy is really starting to come in and balance with that more that male kind of outward energy as well. Yeah, we have the Death card here. So this is telling me that there's a major transformation happening for you this year. Which is what we have. For transformation to happen, we need to have the death of something. And what I feel is it's to do with the death of this blockage. Okay. And the blockage is, for me, what it feels like is that what you're doing possibly in your work has overtaken the things that you enjoy. And it's kind of limited your beliefs, thinking, you haven't got the time, you haven't got the resources to make money or to really give the time and the effort to this other thing you possibly have, possibly as a sideline at the moment. So it could be, for example, it could be anything. It could be writing a book, it could be, a YouTube channel, it could be a piece of artwork, it could be a piece of music, it could be anything, doesn't matter what it is. But you have been unable to get the balance at the moment because you were worried about the everyday things that have been wearing you down. But now things are starting to become more balanced and more aligned for you as well. And you're starting to reap the rewards. Okay? Starting to feel more comfortable, I would say. Much more comfortable, much more balanced, because this transformation is occurring this year. So I'm going to get some oracles now just to explain this a bit further. I'm going to use this Hidden Worlds deck, I think. So Spirit, a bit more information please for people in group 3 about their spiritual journey in 2023, please. We have, wow, the gift. Present, honouring, offering. Yeah, it's really to do, you're able to actually bring your gifts into the foreground. Whereas before, there might have been, your artistic or creative gifts might have been like a hobby or something, you hadn't really taken them seriously. It was a nice little hobby when you had the time to do it. Now, it's really starting to come through. And also we have this lovely kind of white spirit figure here. We have that kind of white light on the waterfall. So I really feel it is probably connected to something very, very spiritual, but also artistic, something very, very enjoyable as well. And it's starting to, you're really starting to realize the importance and the value of this gift. It's not just meant to be a small side hobby. It's meant to be something a bit more, much more important for you, and it will feel much better for you. And this will help you achieve much more emotional balance. Right, anything else? I'm going to use this deck by Kyle Gray. Anything else you could say, please, Spirit, about the spiritual journey of people in 2023? Sorry, people in group 3 for 2023 and where it is heading. Where is it taking them, please? Sorry, I'm patting the desk just because it's quite hard to spread the cards on this table. Wow, we have Hathor light codes. So light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. So yeah, again, we have that feminine energy really starting to energize you. It's recalling that feminine, that creative, that artistic kind of power within you. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. We all have this feminine as well as masculine energy within us. So that's lovely. All right, so I would like to know now, please, how are people in group, how will this manifest? How will they know that this is evolving, this spiritual journey? How will they know it's heading in this direction on the earth plane? What will happen for them in the 3D? How will it manifest physically for them, please, this year? we have the Two of Wands, followed by the Strength card, followed by the Nine of Swords. Interesting combination here. So I think you might go through a little period of anxiety or stress, maybe some sleepless nights worrying about how you're going to balance kind of your commitments, whether that be, it could be your family, it could be children, and your job. It could be a very high demanding job as well. So you'll have a bit of period where you feel a bit unstable, but you're a bit unsure. But what will happen is, I see you have this, what will come in for you, Spirit will bring through their guides, possibly, will bring through this strong feminine energy for you to help you through this. Very, very strong. It's like a gentle strength to it, and this will help you through this. And also, you have the energy of the entrepreneur, or the kind of the pioneer, like a visionary. I see that visionary energy starting to come through. It's almost like you'll start to see solutions to problems that you've never seen before. This is because Spirit is guiding you. They're giving you the strength to do this. They're helping you through this anxiety. You're starting to feel much more independent. So yeah, this to me is like you're starting to possibly move away, for some of you, from normal employment, everyday employment. You're moving towards something that you're creating yourself. Remember, he's got the world in his hands. This to me just feels very entrepreneurial. It's like somebody starting out on a new business adventure. Maybe you're becoming self-employed, or maybe your business is starting to become quite a fruitful sideline, and you're actually seeing a way to develop it more this year. It's like you're going in the right direction, but it's because you're being backed up by Spirit. They're really helping you. They're giving you that strength. They're giving you that confidence as well. That's lovely. Okay, a bit more information about this, please, Spirit, for people in Group 3 in 2023. How will they notice this happening? So, I see this Strength card here as helping you with this death, this transformation of the old blockages, of the old anxieties as well. Yeah, what did I say? I said about entrepreneurship. And then we have the Magician on the bottom of the card, which again, this is about the independent person, the entrepreneur, basically. They have their own vision and they know how to do it. They're able to direct all the energies mentally. They've got really, really strong mental focus, and they're able to achieve what they set their mind to. So I think this is really starting to come through for you this year, people in Group 3. So we have the Knight of Wands. Wonderful, powerful energy there. Ten of Swords. So yes, they're helping you end this cycle. This Ten of Swords has to do with an end of a cycle. So an end of mental difficulty, obviously, an end of anxiety. They're bringing this through to help you with that, to end it. What they're saying is this stress is causing you this kind of, it's almost as like putting you in this sort of state where you're feeling you're not able to afford things, you're not able to balance things, you're not able to have the life that you want. You have to live a certain way, which goes against what your soul actually wants. And this is what's happening here. This is just reflecting. These are the sort of thoughts that you're having. You're probably thinking about money, making ends meet as well. That's probably quite at the forefront of your mind. But what's happening is Spirit is coming through and helping to end this cycle for you. And on the back of that is really, really positive, entrepreneurial energy, which what it's actually doing, it's like it's firing your motor to move forward. And this is kind of the masculine, productive, action-orientated energy as well. You're able to balance both of the two. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to use this deck, I think, my mediumship training deck. So more information, please, Spirit, for people in group 3. How will they notice this happening for them? Wow, flower power. I just look at this card and I think an increase in your awareness of joy around you. And it's starting to enjoy life rather than being sort of stuck in the nitty-gritty, the everyday details. So he says here, flowers have a gentle way of touching our heart, our memories, and our soul. Their colours, shapes, fragrances, and beauty all provide hope and a sense of heartfelt inspiration. Flowers are capable of holding energy. Did you know that you can do a reading by holding a flower? Wow. That's beautiful. Yeah. It's actually looking at things in a much more brighter way. This is what will start to happen for you. Things will start to become much more brighter, much more enjoyable, more happy for you as well. Okay, what will they notice? Let's see. I'm going to go back to this Hidden Worlds deck, I think. Wow, the Seer. This is good. So this, you can see this person here, she's got her head in her hands. She's totally in a world of mental pain, mental anguish. And this is because she's ruminating. It's a very cyclical way of thinking. She's thinking of all the bad things that could happen. All these things that are making you feel sort of crushed on your everyday life. But what's happening is, because Spirit is helping you, giving you this strength, giving you this entrepreneur kind of independent energy, what's happening is you're able to see more. When I'm talking about seeing, it's not just really physical sight. I'm talking about your inner sight, your inner wisdom, your intuition about yourself and where you are going will start to open up. Here we go. We have future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. And what they're saying is that Spirit is coming through to help you with this. They're giving you this guidance in order to be the entrepreneur that you wish to be, which is what I'm seeing here. Wonderful. So I'd like some words of advice, please, Spirit, on how can people in Group 3 navigate this spiritual journey and where it's taken them in 2023, please. Yeah, it's really interesting. You're saying, yes, you do have a gift. It's something that's quite spiritual, but also artistic. And what's happening is you're coming out of this anxiety and you're able to see. It's like you're seeing the woods for the trees and you're able to make, it's like you're able to see the future in terms of your future, in terms of you're able to plan more effectively. Remember this card as well, the Two of Wands, he's about planning and making effective decisions. So yeah, I really feel that your acuity for business in terms of being self-employed, that kind of thing, will really start to surge this year. I really feel that. So any advice? Wow, we've got the Empress, beautiful, followed by the Five of Wands, followed by the Three of Swords. So looking at this, it looks to me as if this Five of Wands is probably to do with competition, and you're probably having a lack of confidence at the moment in terms of competition, and it's making you feel like this. Also, it could also be, as well as this, is conflicting energies within yourself, things that are at conflict in terms of being financially stable, but also pursuing things that you enjoy as well. So there's a conflict there. But what the overall message here is saying that they want you to, your creativity and connecting to that feminine energy is really, really vital for you. They're giving you a major arcana, the Empress here. So it's really, really important to connect with that feminine part of yourself. And what this will do, this will help you through this energy. It will give you confidence and it will help you through, with that independence, entrepreneurship as well. Any more messages, please, for people in Group 3? Any tips or advice, please, Spirit? So we have, wow, yeah, this is bringing down your wish. They want you to focus on your dreams and your wishes. They do want them to be just in the ether. They're not just dreams. You can actually bring them down, and they want you to be thinking, to help yourself really, to think about what is it you really wish to do? What is it you love? What is it you really wish to do? And really, really think, really, really connect to that creative energy, and then you will find a way. You will be the seer. You'll be able to bring it down. Wow. And then, yeah, you're reaping the rewards. Okay. You're reaping the rewards of balancing these conflicting energies, but also facing what you perceive as competition. You have just as much right as anybody else to compete in this. And you will be able to reap the financial rewards, but there's also a great sense of satisfaction from this as well. An accomplishment, I would say. And then we have Knight of Wands. Yes, this energy is being repeated again. So this strong, fiery, masculine energy. It's about bringing that in as well as that feminine energy as well. That's some advice for you. That's lovely. So I'm just going to get some advice from the Oracle cards now. So I'm going to go to this deck, I think. The Cosmic Reading cards. Just because I love the imagery as well. Any advice, any advice, please, Spirit, for people in group 3. About their spiritual journey in 2023, please. Okay, so we have be fearless. Yeah, remember I said about the not worrying about, yes, it's normal to have some sort of fear and some sort of anxiety about things, because that is what gives us the fuel to carry on, really, to go through and achieve our objectives and get our wishes and dreams. It gives us that adrenaline, that rush of energy. So you need some sort of fear, you need some sort of anxiety, but it's when it becomes crippling. That's it, when it stops you function and stops you enjoying your life. So yeah, this is about, really, we see the lighthouse here. It's like illuminating all of your wishes and your dreams, and just to go forward and, it can be little steps. It doesn't have to be massive steps. It's taking them little steps. They're often the most important as well. So yeah, and again, we have the number 3, which is also to do with creativity, and the number 3 here with the Empress card. Okay, one last word of advice, please, Spirit. I'm going to go back to this deck, I think. Okay, one last word of advice, please, for people in group 3 and how they can navigate their spiritual journey in 2023, please. Okay, we have the card Wheels of Light. As you can see here. So I'm kind of drawn to this root chakra, this sacral and the solar plexus. They're really, really screaming to me. So what they're saying is really, really work on them lower chakras, because they're just as important as the upper chakras in terms of grounding your dreams, bringing them dreams down and grounding them. In order to evolve in your spiritual journey, you need to be able to ground things, and to be grounded. Staying grounded is really, really important. In anyone's spiritual journey, because we are, at the end of the day, we are earth beings, and we need to be able to live on the 3D plane, as well as connect to the the higher dimensions as well. That's really important. So the Wheels of Light. So as humans, we're continually seeking new sources of enlightenment, often searching within one of the sacred locations all over the world. By appreciating the nature of your wheels of light, otherwise known as chakras, you'll soon realize that your body is also a temple. We all have a physical body as well as a spiritual body. Within the spiritual body, there are energy centers. Imagine them as beautiful wheels of moving spiritual light. There are 7 major chakras as well as minor ones that play an important function in your physical and spiritual life, with each corresponding to an endocrine gland in your body. During the early stages of your psychic and mediumship development, it's important to focus on these 7 main centers. Yeah. And remember, balance is really important. These energies need to be balanced. So really, really think that, I feel that they want you to focus on balancing your energies, as well as having that kind of, that boldness, that confidence in yourself as well. But you do need to work on yourself energetically as well. Towards, to be really, this card is also about physical health as well as spiritual health as well. They really want you to focus on that. Lovely. Thank you for tuning in, Group 3. I hope you liked that reading. I hope some of it resonated with you at least. If you liked it, please feel free to leave a comment. Leave a comment anyway. Please also feel free to like, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you very much and goodbye. Hello, Group 4, and welcome to your reading. This reading will be about your spiritual journey and where it is heading or taking you in 2023. I will also be asking Spirit what you will notice on the physical or 3D earth plane. What will happen for you, what you will notice regarding the spiritual journey. And then I'll be finishing off by asking for any tips or advice on what you can do to navigate this spiritual journey. For this reading, you chose this lovely clear quartz tower or clear quartz generator. All right, so let's begin. Spirit. Oh, and I forgot to say Happy New Year as well, Group 4. So Spirit, please can you give me information about the spiritual journey of people in Group 4 and where it is heading or taking them in 2023, please. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, followed by the World card, followed by the Death card. Wow. I think you're going to get a very positive transformation this year, people in Group 4. Now, with this Five of Cups, this is highly transformational because I feel that you've been experiencing some kind of grief or some kind of sadness or disappointment, and it's affected you on a very, very deep emotional level, and it's been feeling quite restrictive up to now. It's been going on for quite some time as well, and it's been quite restrictive in terms of your connection to the spiritual realms, and also in terms of your connection to your soul and what it is your soul wants to do. But if you notice, with this Five of Cups, there are 2 cups behind him that have not been spilt. There are still 2 cups behind this person who is actually, at the moment, they're enshrouded in this dark cloak of grief and of sadness. But what's going to happen for you is that you're going to have this transformation. And for any sort of transformation, we have the Death card, which is really important. We need death for any sort of transformation or rebirth. And for me, looking at this World card, I feel that you are shedding some sort of old cloak or some sort of old skin. Okay, that's being shed. And this to me is like a new you being revealed. This is a true you, but a new you as well. And I think it's been enshrouded in this old skin, this old dark cloak for quite a long time. So this is a pivotal point for you this year, Group 4. This is a time of the year, a time in your life when you experience this transformation, the scorpionic energy of death and transformation. As I said, you're shedding the skin, and this skin, this is a scarf or cloak. This actually looks like, to me, in your instance, it's like the skin kind of peeling or kind of shedding away, and she's kind of dancing and the skin is falling away and no longer serves you. This is about you kind of being happy in your own self, you're actually happy in your new skin. And remember, this is metaphorical. So this is you being happy. It's just like self-actualization, I would say. This is sort of you coming into your own on the world plane as well. Really, really important card here. Okay, I'm going to get some more information about this. So, Spirit, please can you give me more information about the spiritual journey of people in group 4 and where it is taking them in 2023, please? Okay. And I really feel there is definitely a sense of newness here with this Page of Pentacles. It's like you're looking into something new. It's like new possibilities are laid open for you. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel that this grief, this cloak is starting to come off. The skin is starting to be shed. And what is being unveiled is like all these things that you're starting to cultivate. You're starting to assess things. You're starting to see possibilities that you never realized were there before because you were enshrouded in all this grief and everything. Things are starting to become more clearer. Again, we have the clear quartz generator that's actually, which is a crystal that you picked for this reading. And then we have the Five of Swords. So what's happening is where you probably felt quite isolated and quite apart from the world around you, it's like you're starting to amalgamate with the world, but in your own way, in your own special, unique way. And we have here, wow, we have the Emperor's card. And again, this is to do with whether you're male or female. As I said in the last reading, it does not matter. We all have male and female energies within us. And this looks to me as if it's like your strong, creative, imaginative, feminine energy is coming through after this transformation, after this death energy, this transformation. And you're starting to be more creative, more relaxed, I think more at one with your feminine side, and more comfortable in your body as well, in your physical body. You're starting to relax, you're starting to connect really to your creative side. That's really important. And you're not feeling this sense of disappointment and separation from the world around you. You're starting to, amalgamate with it, which is wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Okay, I'm going to get some oracles about this now. So firstly, I'm going to go to the Hidden Worlds deck. Has some lovely imagery on it. So we're talking now, Spirit, about the spiritual journey of people in group 4 and where it is heading for them this year in 2023, please. We have resurrection. What did I say? Rebirth and this is the resurrection after the rebirth, after this. So comeback, rebirth, renewal. I don't know if you can see that. And again, we have this lovely kind of clear, clarifying sort of energy. The clouds are being cleared, but they're being lit up with this clear, lovely white, high vibrational, clear energy. And also, I'm going to use this deck, I think. This again has lovely imagery in a different way, but really, really lovely. Cosmic Reading card deck. So again, the spiritual journey and where it is heading for people in 2023, people in group 4, please. We have integrity. This looks like self-power. This is what I see. You've got self-power. You have an eagle perched on the shoulders of this figure here. And his third eye is actually being enlightened. So it's like your wisdom is increasing. And it's also, they're showing the connection between your heart, this heart chakra here, and the third eye chakra. So it's a strong mind kind of extrasensory mind-heart connection. Really, really essential here. Yeah, you start to feel, again, this is more comfortable in your skin. And I feel there's something different about you. Something really unique and something that needs to be celebrated, but something that you've repressed for a long time. And what's happened here, your spiritual mission is to actually surpass that. It's time for you now to come out of yourself and to celebrate who you are. This is what I'm seeing. There's something different, something very, very unique about you. and you're being guided by this eagle, which kind of like a spirit guide. I would say it's probably like a spirit guide. You might have an animal guide or a spirit guide animal who is an eagle who's coming in to give you this guidance, to give you this higher view, this wisdom, and it's connected to your heart chakra on your third eye. And it's like now is the time, it's like they're activating your true self that needs to be celebrated. It's really creative and it's really unique. Wow. The real you is coming back as a comeback, as being renewed, being rebirthed. Okay, so I'd like to know, please, how will people in group 4 know that this is happening in their spiritual journey? What sort of changes will they notice, physical changes or physical things around them in the 3D on the physical earth plane, please? We have the High Priestess, followed by the Hierophant. Wow. Followed by the Hermit. This is really amazing. We have 3 major arcanas here. Okay. So the Hermit, this is to do with deep self-analysis, self-exploration. You'll start to get, it's like you'll start to see depths that you never knew existed or you weren't completely aware of. He has this guiding light, this lantern here. So it's illuminating depths that will start to be realized within you. And what's happening is this is being aided by a really psychic card, a psychic major arcana, which is a High Priestess. So yeah, your intuitive abilities, your psychic abilities will start to increase. They'll start to get stronger. You'll be more in tune with your soul. We have the darkness, which you've been in for quite some time, and we have the light, and we have a balance here. And it's almost like this High Priestess, she's kind of, she's this, behind this curtain is all the secrets, and you'll start to get insights into this because of this Hermit energy, this High Priestess energy. You'll start to get insights into this. So we're talking about psychic wisdom here. And what's going to happen is you will start to understand things that you'd never really considered before or never really understood before, and you start to understand them in quite an earthly way. They'll start to make sense to you. So this Hierophant, this is to do with, it's to do with religion, but it's also to do with spirituality and grounding spirituality. This is what I would say. It's grounding spirituality. It is something grounded and it is something solid. Things will start to make sense for you. You'll be able to apply your own structure to things. It won't just be airy-fairy, sort of like a mishmash of things. It'll really start to make sense for you. Wow, that's powerful. Okay, I'm going to get some more information about this. So Spirit, more information please. How are people in group 4 notice these changes around them in regards to where their spiritual journey is going? I almost feel what came to mind was the word mission. Looking at this Hierophant, it's like you have an awareness of your true mission. And I feel it's to do with bringing out your true self. Doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is, it's whatever feels right for you. Bringing it out to the world plane. And this will make you feel much more happy and much more aligned. Wow. We have justice. We've had this in a lot of other readings, but this is your karma. This is kind of a pivotal point in your karma where you're meant to increase your psychic abilities. You're meant to really understand yourself. And then we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. And here we have the 5 of Pentacles. So what's happening here? We have a period. So you've been going through this darkness, this grief. It's kind of carrying on a little bit. And you are feeling struggle. But at the same time, what's happening is There's a lot of energetic shifts and energetic changes going on behind the scenes as well. What this is enabling you to do, because it's like enabling you to see the darkness as well as the light. Because you've seen the darkness, you've experienced the darkness as well as the light, you're able to have much more information. It's like you're growing spiritually and mentally as well. It's like you are growing, and what's happening is you are becoming more powerful within yourself as well. This is what I see here, and this is part of your karma. And this to me is like karma being resolved. This is good karma for you. Something good is going to come from this, and this is you. It is you being in charge of yourself. It's that confidence, really. This is what I'm seeing. But this is total self-awareness. This is really, really nice. Even though it does feel uncomfortable at the moment, but the reward, there's a good payoff to this. Also at the bottom of this deck, so at the bottom of this deck, we had this card, which is shifting. This is about shifting your perceptions, this Six of Swords. This is shifting to a new, more productive state of mind. And also we had this Eight of Swords, which, you know, I see someone here who is feeling very, very restricted. She's obviously bound, but her legs aren't bound. So she has the ability to wriggle out of these binds if she wants to. And I think this is what's going to start to happen for you this year in 2023. And it'll bring you into a real sense of much more power. This Hierophant as well is to do with the astrological sign of Taurus. And Taurus is about taking ownership and being able to have possessions as well, luxuries and things like that on earth. Is also you feeling stable, just feeling more stable, feeling much more luxurious, very opposite to this Five of Pentacles energy. You're starting to struggle much less. Things are starting to become much more smoother for you, which is what I'm seeing here. And this is because you're staying true to yourself as well. You're staying true to yourself. Okay, and the world will appreciate you for who you are, as this, you know, this rebirth is starting to happen. Okay, so I would like to know, I'm going to use this deck, I think. So my mediumship training deck. So how will they notice, please? People in group 4. How will they notice how they are changing, or how things are happening or leading them on their spiritual journey in 2023, please? Wow. A medium's toolbox. Okay. So yeah, as we said, your intuitive psychic abilities are increasing because you are looking at things much more deeply. In these times, you probably start to get downloads or messages, things like that, or synchronicities might start to occur. So for this, we have, as a medium, you have access to the most amazing set of tools, namely the medium's toolbox. Spirit accesses this resource by providing information, signs, symbols, and inspiration to enable you to be a more evidential medium. As the saying goes, spirit never wastes a thought. Your toolbox is continuously being loaded with the knowledge you acquired throughout your life, which is what you're doing here with this Hermit energy. Whether it's part of your education, life experiences, or poignant life lessons. And again, this Hierophant could also be to do with, you know, something you're learning at the moment as well. The more you continue to add to your toolbox, which is unique to you, the greater the references that Spirit can use to help you validate and provide evidential messages in communication. Yeah, so some of you might be, you know, whether it be spiritual or not, I feel that some of you might be taking them they could be doing some sort of course, some sort of spiritual course, whether it could be anything. It could be about the tarot, it could be about Reiki, alchemy, anything like that, numerology, it could be anything. But I feel there's something structured, and you're combining this really, really well with your natural psychic intuitive abilities that are being increased, combined with a lot of self-analysis. And yeah, this is whether you are a medium or not, this is making you a strong, it's kind of making you a strong psychic, a strong intuitive. This is what I feel from this. And a lot of you are probably mediums in this group, or you have the ability to connect quite easily, either with people who are past, or spirit guides as well. Okay, wonderful. Right, I'm going to get another card as well. So, how are people in group 4 notice? Oh, that came out there. Oh. They didn't feel right when they came out. They're all bunched together, so I'll try again. Okay, how are people in group 4 notice? What is happening in regards to their spiritual journey this year, please, in 2023? Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded energy, Isis energy. Wow. If you want to see that card. Yeah, you're starting to become more grounded. Remember I said about the Hierophant, this is grounding. So yeah, it could be in terms of you doing a course or you reading about something, having that grounded, that concrete knowledge combined with what you possibly are channeling as well. So there's a good mixture of that. And what this will do is help you to ground this. And then, yeah, what this will lead to is something very, very prosperous as well. So I'm going to ask now, do you have any tips or advice for people in group 4 in regards to how they can navigate this spiritual journey in 2023, please? Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, followed by the Death card again, followed by the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is really emphasizing to me the energy of transformation, death and transformation. So what they're saying is, yes, they have a lot to work with, so it will feel a bit uncomfortable. This is sort of, I feel that you're carrying whatever it is from 2022, you're carrying it into 2023, but there is intense transformation taking place. This is really, really positive to lift you away from this. And what they want you to do is kind of embrace the new. This is what I got from here. Embrace new ideas, new beginnings. This is what they want you to do. And this will give you a more of a spark and an energy if you go into this energy flow, and you'll start to gravitate more towards this wonderful outcome, as we have with the World card and the Empress card as well. So yeah, it's about inner fire. I would say it's about inner fire, about building yourself up. That's what I would say. From the Five of Pentacles to the Ace of Wands. So yeah, definitely new beginnings. Anything else you'd like to say, please, Spirit, about this for people in group 4, please? Oh, 2 came out there. Okay, so we had 2 cards here. Wow, these are lovely. We had the Four of Wands and the Strength card. So again, another fiery card. This is about celebration. It's almost like you're crossing the finishing line. They're saying the finishing line is there. The finishing line to celebration is there, but you just need to go on a little bit further. And then Spirit is giving you this strength and this courage to get through this. This is what's happening. They're really emphasizing that with this Major Arcana and the Strength card. And then we have the King of Cups. So yeah, after this death, what is happening is this death, this metaphorical death, I should say, energetic transformation. This is going to help you become much more balanced and much more stable emotionally. Which we have the King of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Cups. That's unusual to have a Queen of Cups after the King of Cups. So yeah, it feels difficult at this time, but what they're trying to say is use this time at the moment just to really really go into yourself, really use your intuition to find out what it is, to really analyze yourself, Really unusual as well. We've got the Queen of Cups, we've got the Hermit, and we've got the High Priestess. So a very, very psychic mix of cards. So really use this time to really, really develop and hone your psychic abilities, your psychic senses. Lovely. So some last words of wisdom. So I'm going to use... okay, I'm going to use this deck first. Last words of wisdom for people in group 4, please, Spirit. Any advice or tips, please? We have move forward. You can see this person here, very powerful imagery. This person here is in the dark, but now it's time to move. You're moving forward into something better, something very deep, something very, very spiritual is calling you. And I want you to be aware of this as well. Okay, it's like a kind of energetic moving forward after this transformation has occurred. And one last word of advice, please. I'm going to use this deck again, I think. Crown Chakra Upgrade. Wow, what a way to end Group 4. Divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. Yeah. So it's really, really important for you this year. Your spiritual journey is key, really. They really want you to focus on really elevating yourself in terms of your vibrations. This is a time now for you to really open that crown chakra. This will connect you to the divine, to God, to spirit, your spirit guides as well. Really working that crown chakra, elevating, increasing the rate of your vibrations as well. This will help you to, it's like they're connecting you to your higher self. So there's various ways you can do that. Whichever way works with you. There's loads of guided meditations on YouTube about opening up crown chakras, working with different frequencies, solfeggios. It could be something completely different. It could be being involved in a piece of artwork or drawing, painting, writing, anything like that, music, anything that connects you and makes you feel connected will help to open up that crown chakra as well. So that's really important for you to focus on, because it is part of your mission. I'm really getting a sense that it is part of your mission, Group 4. Okay, very powerful reading. Thank you very much for tuning in, Group 4. If you like the reading, please like, share and subscribe. Please also remember to leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and goodbye.